My name is Alicia, I'm 23 years old, and this is my story. I was born in a small town in India. When I was a child, America felt like magic to me. I used to see pictures in magazines, tall glass buildings, clean roads, happy people with bright smiles. At night, streets glowing with lights. Everyone said the same thing, America is the land of dreams. If you go there, your life will be perfect. And I believed them, I believed it with all my heart. I still remember summer nights on our rooftop. I would look at the stars and imagine myself in New York City, wearing a smart dress, holding coffee in one hand, and a handbag in the other. I imagined living in a beautiful apartment, going to college during the day, and enjoying evenings with friends from around the world. Back then, I thought America had no sadness, no poverty, no pain. In my mind, everyone there was rich, happy, and free. When the plane landed in New York, my heart was racing. The airport was huge, the air smelled different, cold and fresh. People spoke English everywhere. Everything moved so fast. As the taxi drove through the city, I looked out at the tall buildings, the flashing billboards, the busy streets, and I thought, this is it. My new life begins now. And in the beginning, it was magical. The streets were alive, food from every country, people from every culture. My first night in New York, I stood by the window of my tiny room and stared at the lights. This is paradise, I whispered to myself, but slowly, little cracks began to show. The first problem was money. Yes, I knew America was expensive, but not this expensive. My small rented room, just a bed, a table, and a cupboard, cost more than my father's monthly salary in India. Groceries were costly, even a cup of coffee felt like luxury. My savings disappeared fast. I realized I had to work while studying. So, I got a job at a cafe. At first, I thought, it's just a cafe. How hard can it be? But after hours of standing, cleaning tables, washing dishes, serving impatient customers, my feet ached, my back hurt, my hands smelled of soap and coffee. Some nights, I walked home at midnight through empty streets. One night, I saw a man sitting on the sidewalk, wrapped in an old blanket. His face looked tired. His voice was soft when he said, "Do you have $1? I'm hungry." I didn't have much, but I gave him the little change I had. He smiled weakly and whispered, "God bless you." That moment shook me. Back home, I thought no one was poor in America. But here I was, seeing people sleeping under bridges, using newspapers as blankets. The land of dreams also had shadows. If money was the first challenge, loneliness was the second. In India, life is full of people, neighbors, family, festivals. But here, life felt empty. People were always busy, eyes on their phones, walking fast, no smiles, no small talk. Some days, I felt invisible. I missed my mother's voice calling me for dinner, I missed the smell of fresh chapatis, I missed my father's advice, my brother's silly jokes. Even in a city of millions, I felt alone. Back home, life was slower. Here, everything was fast, independent, bold. In my university, professors wanted us to speak loudly, confidently. One classmate told me, "You should be more confident." This is America. I smiled, but deep down, I thought confidence isn't always about being loud. Then came winter. Harsh, freezing winter. One morning, I woke up sick, fever, sore throat. I needed a doctor, but without insurance, the bill was more than my weekly salary. So, I stayed in bed for 3 days, drinking tea and instant noodles, waiting to get better. That day, I realized America is not as perfect as I thought. I started to see things clearly. America has opportunities, yes, but it demands hard work, sacrifice, and resilience. I saw rich and poor living side by side. I saw people chasing success, but also fighting loneliness. I saw how expensive survival could be. But I learned too. I learned independence, I learned to survive, I learned that life is not perfect anywhere in the world. Now, when people ask, is America as perfect as in the movies? I smile and say, America has light, but it also has darkness. There are dreams, but there are struggles too. If you're strong and willing to work hard, you'll make it. But don't expect magic. My name is Alicia. I came to America chasing a dream. What I found was both beauty and pain. And I learned the real dream is not about where you live, it's about living with courage, hope, and an open heart. No matter where you are. That is my story. And maybe it's the story of thousands like me. If you like this story, please like, share, or subscribe.